Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to share with you how I got my new Palm Springs Mini, first impressions, and then mod shots at the very end. This is an unexpected purchase, to be honest. I honestly didn't think I would get my hands on this bag so soon. I was going to wait until after the pandemic was over or later on to find this bag again, but I'm glad my fiance pushed me to ask the SA if this bag was available. I'm going to share with you how I got this bag, and I'll show you close-up photos of the bag on the side of the screen. So we walked into the LV store 2 days ago on Thursday just to see if they had this Palm Springs Mini in reverse. The sales associate looked it up in the system and she said no, but she did say that there was one available in Austin that was just checked in like 10 minutes ago. I was of course super excited, and I asked her if they can just hold the bag for me while we drive up there. We live in San Antonio, Texas, so it's gonna take like about an hour or so for us to drive up there. And she says, yeah, that should be fine. You can just give them a call and let them know that you're driving up there. I was like, okay, that's fine. So I decided to call on my way out of the store, and I spoke to a guy named Connor. He was super nice and helpful. He not only saved this bag for me, but he sent me a 360 video of this bag, photos of the bag inside and out. And after I checked them out, processed the payment via email and shipped this bag to me the next day. Like, I didn't even have to drive up there. It was so awesome. If you watched my previous video, this is actually my second time purchasing this Palm Springs Mini. I'll go over with you the differences that I found between this version and the previous version that I returned. So one of the things that really bothered me on the other bag was how bumpy the interior lining looked. Let me show you what this bag looks like inside. As you can see here, this lining is sewn in quite nicely. There's no bumps that are noticeable. And what I found out late last night after I was, checking out my bag for a few hours after I got off of work because I was so excited to have it in my hands, I actually noticed that there was something wrong with the previous stitching that I returned. If you look right here, there are actually two layers of stitched linings. There's the exterior one and the interior one. Right here, you can tell that there is no glue residue. It looks like it's sewn on there really nicely. You can't push it off or anything. But what I realized is that on the previous bag, there was only one interior sewing line, and there was not one on the outside. So if you've watched my quality issues Palm Springs Mini video that I posted previously, I show you there that you can actually see the glue when you push on the lining, and it just caused a lot of bumpy ridges to occur. And I found out why. It's because it was missing that exterior sewing line. When I talked to the sales associate previously about the bag, about the defects, I just told her that the glue was present and it just looks so, it just didn't look like it was done well. And she said, okay, well, we'll just send back the purse and we'll take a look at it and see what happened. But now I realize that was the issue. It was missing that exterior sewing line to, I guess, make it more sturdy. But yeah, so that's the reason why I returned the previous bag, and that was one of the things I wanted to check out when I asked Connor to take the pictures of the bag, was the inside interior lining to see if there was any bumps on it. And I was so glad that this bag does not have that type of defect in the bag. The second thing that I wanted to share with you guys is that the back of the bag, there's no noticeable bumps or races. This bag looks pretty smooth. It looks like the sewn in portions of the bag looks like it's done correctly, not causing any raises or unnecessary, bumps to be, around the bag. It looks like it's in pristine condition. So the third thing I want to mention to you is the front alignment of this bag. There's not a lot of videos out there, honestly, that I have found that talks about this topic, and I wish there was more because it would have helped me make a more informative decision. So I feel like a lot of us worry about having the perfect alignment in the front of the bag and may consider returning the bag if it's not in, perfect positions. It's crossed my mind, so it may have crossed yours. I'm a type A person, so I like to have things neat, organized, perfect, as perfect as possible. So I wanted to mention this to you guys. When I bought this bag, the first thing I did was look at the front alignment of the purse. I wanted to make sure everything's aligned perfectly and it is in pristine condition. So what I found out was that this flower right here lines up perfectly. If you look closely, the second one is a little off, but it's not that noticeable to me. And the third one here, I can tell it was off compared to the first one. If you look at the middle, I guess, shadow of the flower, you can tell it's a little misaligned. But the saving grace of that flower is the side right here. The lines do line up pretty well, so from a distance you can't really tell that it's misaligned. So that at first bothered me a little bit. I wanted to have the perfect alignment. I wanted to make sure everything is, in pristine condition, because you do pay a lot for this bag. I had to pay a little bit more because of the price increase, which I'll talk to you about that later. But yeah, that kind of bothered me a little bit, so I went on to Google, Purse Forum, and tried to search for bags with the front-facing flowers to see if I can see what their alignments look like on their bags. And I have noticed that some bags aren't perfectly aligned. Some of them are very noticeable, like the top part would be way off to one side or the other, or all three of them would be way off, or it could just be sewn in a little bit too high or too low, and it just makes the front of the bag look a little bit off. So that kind of made me not be so picky about these bags and just appreciate that these bags are handmade and just appreciate the beauty of these bags. So that kind of, made me feel a little bit better that, this is not considered to me a defect. It's just, handmade. It's just gonna be the way it is. They'll try to make it as perfect as possible. Now I'm going to show you some mod shots before I wrap up this video. I'll be using my Sully PN strap for the mod shots. I got so excited about the purse itself last night that after hours of staring at my bag, I realized that I don't have the straps to the bag. And I told my fiance, oh my gosh, where's the straps? And he was like, it's not inside the bag. And I was like, no, it's not inside. And I looked in the bag, the box, all over, and yeah, there was just no straps. So I contacted Connor, the SA from Austin, Texas, and let him know this morning that I didn't receive any straps with this bag, and I didn't realize it till hours later. And then he texted me back letting me know that the straps were actually left behind. He did apologize, and he was going to overnight me the straps, and it'll arrive on Tuesday since today is a weekend, it's a Saturday, so which is fine. I was just glad that they still had the straps. Anyways, he was so nice. He's overnighting me the bag and throwing in some fragrances, sample sizes for me, which is really awesome because I love carrying those in my bags. He was a sweetheart. Also, I want to give out a small shout out to my sweetheart. Thanks, babies, for my early birthday gift. I really appreciate it. You're the best. Anyways, I really hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. If you want a more thorough breakdown of this bag with the original straps, detailed lining, I will provide the link above. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. Please consider giving this video a thumbs up and subscribing. I would love for your support in growing my channel. Love y'all. See y'all next time.